Hello again, Gills fans. Welcome back to Gills in the Blood TV. It is another Monday review with myself and Boz, and it's all positivity again. I'm going to start with the chairman. I'm not going to put a picture up. We put a picture up the other day. We don't need to see his face again. We don't love him that much. He's come out and said thank you for Saturday to all the fans that turned up. He says we turned up in brilliant numbers. Well, there was 5,000 in there, so it was, I think, incredible. It was probably a little bit.
When we looked around, didn't we? The middle 3 blocks of the Rainham were pretty full, but other than that,
Gordon Road and Medway looked pretty much normal.
The tunnel end was pretty empty.
Yeah, so I think incredible is probably a slight exaggeration, but it was a nice enough crowd. It was a good atmosphere, which we'll get on to.
We said on Thursday, didn't we? How sometimes it just takes that little touch, something like that. Not after every home game necessarily, but just here and there, just to thank the fans, and it looks like he's taking notice.
And in the grand scheme of things, printing 5,000 certificates for fans is not going to cost the club too much, is it, in terms of overheads. And I thought the better touch was, I didn't realise at the time, I saw a couple of players go over at full time. I think Max Amar and Thomas Holy walked to the Rainham and gave shirts away. That was the chairman's instruction, so fair play to him for doing that. We've just had a discussion before we come on air. Does that mean we're not going to use the kit again?
I hope not, but I think that's probably the way to go.
I have to agree, because I think the more I saw that kit, the more I like it. It's really, really nice, really smart. I think the design's simple but effective.
Definitely wouldn't have been against it being our home kit.
And it's nice that obviously you're winning it. It makes you feel better anyway. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's enough about the chairman. But fair play to Mr. Scally. I'm sure he's watching. But yeah, we've just spoken about the crowd, and it wasn't massive, but it was decent enough.
Yeah, we made a fair bit of noise, didn't we?
And there might be a few more next. But yeah, around the ground it was good. There was plenty of singing. There was plenty of cheering. Even at 0-1, I don't think we started to get on players' backs.
There was a lot of people, if anything, was around us were standing up saying "come on," not yelling and moaning like they were before.
Yeah, I think the fans were sensible with their approach, and I think they realised, well, the majority. There's always the odd one or two, but I think the majority realised that we were playing well, and the goal was against the run of play, and it did help, because after that it was pretty much one-way traffic for the majority of the game, wasn't it? So. We spoke about the goal we conceded on the match day live. Should we have had a man on the post or whatever it was? I think it was Luke O'Neill who was at fault, in fairness. He just let the bloke, I forgot his name, Boyce. Let him just run off him and stood still, but he more than made up for it a little bit later.
I've seen that back a few times now, and it's one of the things, if Holy steps one step to his left, he keeps it out.
Yeah, all his balance was the other way, unfortunately.
Yeah,
and he tried to claw it out but couldn't quite get there. And if any keeper was going to upstretch and get there, it would be Thomas Holy. So, but yeah, that was the tiny gripe in that and Dean Parrott's injury in what was a really good afternoon. Steve Lovell, though, is remaining level-headed. If you can see the back page of the Medway Messenger, Lovell, it's only 2 matches, exclamation mark. He's right, it is only 2 matches. But it's been a really good start, really, really good.
This time last season we conceded 1 and then scored 0.
And had a red card, I think.
And
Connor Wilkinson, yeah. And
it wasn't great this time last season. It's nice to be positive.
I think it got better the week after that, didn't it, as well, where we lost in the League Cup and then lost 1-0 at MK Dons and missed a penalty. So he's doing a good job. Like I said, we're not going to get carried away.
It's been 2 games, but it's nice to be positive after the last.
We're not winning the league because of 2 good performances, but it's certainly
we're not.
encouraging.
Me and Reece decided that we were.
We still can't stop the season. We're only in the playoffs now, so it's not worth it. After game 1, we could have.
Wembley trip, right?
So, 100%. How good would that be? But yeah, Steve says, I'm happy with that. We've taken 6 points. I would have taken that 2 weeks ago, but all we can do now is keep it going. It's a good start, but it's only a start. We have another 44 games to go. It is pleasing, but I'm not getting carried away with it. That's all it is. We can't say too much more, to be fair. Moving on from that, though, we always have a look at Luke Cordell's match report inside. Jill starts season in party mode, which was great. And we always try to do his last paragraph. And I think he tends to sum it up quite well, Luke. Gillingham fans responded by generating a good atmosphere inside Priestfield, enjoying what was on offer. It's 2 wins from 2, both games offering plenty of entertainment, and if this is what we can expect for the rest of the season, then it's sure to be a fun ride. Going forward, we look really, really excited.
Well, I was thinking earlier, not just last season, probably the season before that, there was a lot of times where we didn't look like scoring 1, and all of a sudden we look like scoring a lot on Saturday.
Yeah, and we're disappointed we've only got 5 in 2 games. So, and 3-1 flattered them. I'll make no bones about that. I think Nigel Clough was a little bit harsh. He come out and said we only because we ran around a lot. Yeah. We were much better than them in pretty much every single department for 80% of that game.
10-minute spell in the second half, which you're always.
They had a 10-minute spell in each half, and I think Steve Lovell alluded to it and said you'll get that in most games in the league. Is that one side will have a spell, but we managed it really well, which is what we haven't done for the last few seasons, probably until Steve Lovell came in.
And I think even when they were on top, Holy didn't have too many mistakes. He made one. He stood up and kept one out after I think O'Neill gave it away.
I think he stooped low and get one out full stretch first half as well, but it was comfortable enough. You'd have been disappointed.
Yeah, he didn't have a very busy day.
No, and I think a couple of times Max Amer or Gabriel Zakwani blocked things, but they're doing their job at the end of the day, and that you're going to get spells like we've said. But yeah, it's just a massive comparison. How many times did Adi Pennant come out after games and say, "Oh, we were decent enough, but we weren't clinical enough in each box"? We're doing both ends now, aren't we?
Yeah. We
defend like properly, and we're taking our chances. Aside from one man, bless him, but we'll talk about him in a little bit more detail in a bit because he was really, really good. In terms of match ratings, we did ours at the weekend straight after the game. We compare him to Luke's. We both had Thomas Holy as a 7. We had Luke O'Neill 7.5. He had 8. Max Amer, we both had 7. Gabriel Zakwani was given an 8. We only gave a 7. Bradley Garmston both matched up with a 7. Same for Dean Parrott. Same for Mark Byrne. Billy Bingham, we went slightly higher. We had him as a 7.5, and Luke only had him as a 7. Regan Charles Cook 7. We had 7.5. Thought he was really good, didn't we? We said on another day it could have been man of the match for him, but Brandon Hanlan definitely deserved it.
I think with Charles Cook, he almost, when we needed him to in the first half, he was full of energy, he was full of running in the second half. It was a bit more comfortable, and I think maybe he took. And
he was sensible again. Yeah, sensible. It was age, and he dropped in and realised, right, we've got a lead to defend now, so we ain't got to go gung ho. We haven't got to be pressing the fullback so much.
Like he was in the first half. He sat in.
He'd done his job and created chances, and then was sensible with it, which is great because he's only a kid at the end of the day. And I said on the season preview, and I think last week's preview, we're going to have to bear with these at times. But so far, again, it's really encouraging. Brandon Hanlan got a 9 from Luke. We gave him 8.5. I think we got 1 or 2. We'd have given him 12 out of 10. But Josh Parker, 7 for Luke, 7.5 for us, and Tommy's we gave 7.5, and Luke gave an 8. So not too different. Theirs weren't great, were they? No, I did say one. Stephen Bywater only got 6. I thought that was a bit harsh on him because he made 3 or 4 really good. I mean, he made 3 from Brandon Hanlan alone.
Yeah.
I know one of them we scored from the rebound, but again, that's not getting any help from your centre halves. But yeah, just creating loads, scoring loads. Steve Lovell has complained the first 2 games of the season that it could have been more, so that shows how clinical we are being. D3, D4 put a tweet up yesterday, didn't they? That said
I listened to their podcast yesterday.
Another really good listen. Yeah, I listened to that last night, and I did listen to the Gills Fancast one, and that was an interesting listen as well. But yeah, they tweeted, I think it was 2 wins out of 2. It took us 13 games to win 2 games last season, and then I quoted it and said it also took us 507 minutes to score 5 goals last season. It's taken us 167 minutes, so it's less than 2 games. And
we didn't, as I said earlier, we didn't look like scoring this time last season.
No, it was either a set piece or that was
the
it.
First
in open
few
play,
games
we
were
were
absolutely toothless, and it didn't get much better.
Toothless is a compliment, I think. I think Portsmouth at home, which you missed, was one of the most inept attacking
we saw it
efforts I've ever seen in my life.
Very
it was just so bad. Scunthorpe at home under Peter Taylor was shocking as well. We didn't play a striker.
And the last one I saw Walsall at home.
That weren't great either under Steve Lovell, in fairness, but obviously he'd come in and done his job by then. But yeah, it's been really, really good. But we've mentioned him a few times, and he is now on Twitter. So his Twitter handle is attached on the picture, which is coming up on your screen right now. We keep talking about him, Brandon Hanlan. He was exceptional from first whistle to last whistle Saturday. Pace to burn. I mean, I'm not sure who's the quickest out of. I'd like to see a 100-metre race between like him, Charles Cook, Garmston, Elliot List, and even Josh Parker, because I think that'd be interesting. I wouldn't like to bet on a winner. Power for where he hit the crossbar first half.
When I don't know the highlights back, the one for Reeves' goal, the first one, he done so well. He ran probably 3/4 of the pitch almost.
Yeah, he did down the right-hand channel, yeah.
Put it on a plate for him.
And the tendency maybe there, like we spoke about youngsters again, would have been maybe he could have got excited and tried to go for goal himself, but he's got his head up.
He didn't do too much, didn't like beat the man and then try and do it
and
again.
And the ball was inch perfect, because Tom Eaves didn't even have to break stride, didn't need to have a touch.
Yeah,
really good.
Yeah, one off the bar, that was a
power.
good as well, wasn't it?
I don't know if it was Turner or McFasdean, but he just pushed him off the ball like he was a kid. And these were experienced centre-halves that were playing Championship last season.
Turner was a big lump, wasn't he?
Yeah, and he put him on his backside a couple of times. Just kept, and same with Charles Cook as well. He kept just bouncing off people, and they kept bouncing off him. But yeah, really unlucky with the first one hit the crossbar. Set up the first goal, like we've said. Effectively, it was an assist for the third goal as well.
Got to give it to him.
Because it's his shot that's going in the bottom corner, so I'm still giving him as an assist. The only one I think he probably should have scored would be the one that come off the inside of the post, because he was through.
Well, we were up when we
was
in.
Again, he's not done a lot wrong. If that's 2 inches further inside that post, that goes in off of it rather than coming back out. And the last one, I think was Tom Eaves, was a shank, wasn't it? And he tried to get there, and Stephen Bywater made another really good save, come out and smothered it at his near post. So, but the biggest thing for me was just the energy and the intelligence to just keep getting into the right areas, keep getting on the shoulder, keep getting in behind. Because as a kid, because he's only 21, his head could have dropped. And I think you said that on the Match Day Live. After missing maybe 2, he might have thought, I don't want the ball here, I'll stop showing for it, I'll go and hide behind the centre-half. But he didn't. He kept getting one-on-one, he kept getting in behind, he kept wanting the ball.
He didn't, like, I think I tweeted to the Jules Fancast the other day about the amount of willing runners and how he didn't just stick to an area, right?
No.
He was all over, like in front
like you say, for the first goal, because he's gone out wide. Steve Lowe will probably moan because he don't like his strikers out wide, but I'm sure he's going to let him off. But yeah, just like you said, there was more than just one, wasn't there? And it was really fluid.
There was a lot of times the last couple of seasons when the likes of Hess and Tyler and maybe Burnham had the ball, and the only one on the overlap's been the fullback, or that's been Garmson or anyone.
And that's it, so then it becomes predictable all the time.
We've got options left, right, middle.
Yeah, because you had almost Tom Eaves getting into the 6-yard box. Josh Parker was dropping deeper once he changed his role, and then that allowed sort of Byrne or Bingham to run on when and in behind Charles Cook when Dean Parrott was on. Because again, Dean Parrott started as the deep lying one, which was interesting. And just quickly on him, it says it's not too bad. They think they got to it before it actually went, so fingers crossed.
Well, I said you didn't have a second. I think he gave away a foul. I said to you straight away he's pulled up.
He was holding it straight away, wasn't he? Yeah, which was a real shame because he had started the game really well. But yeah, just back to Brandon Hanlan, just really good. Hungry Hanlan wants more is also the headline in the paper. Yeah, again we've said it before. Charlton's losses are game.
If you're a young player and you're going to a League One club, it's your first full season, you want to hit the ground running because it'd be easy to let your confidence drop, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But he's done exactly that. He's got his head down, he's got a goal, and he's got an assist. He could have had a lot more.
2, yeah, and that's what he said here. Reacting to Saturday's win, he said, I had 6 chances probably. I was unlucky on a couple of them, but we still won the game, and to get 2 assists as well was good. I feel like I've contributed to the team. I just have to take it on to Tuesday and get the ball into the back of the net. Wants to play again. Doesn't want to be sat on the bench missing games. And we've suddenly now, because I did the tweet, didn't I, before the season started, put your strikers, 6 or 7 of them, I can't remember if we included Nolan Bow, in order of who you think is going to be the most important this. And we had, I think Elliot List was the majority, was because of his pre-season, he was right at the top. For me, he's probably back down to about 4th or 5th now. And that's through really nothing that he's done wrong. He's not done anything wrong, it's just that others have just gone, ball body ons. Tom Eaves now you can't drop.
It's probably all of a sudden you're looking at Wilkinson or List for one place in the squad at the moment. And
probably Nashi drops out and Nolan Bowe's not going to get a look in. So yeah, for me, that's only a good thing. We've got 3 strikers that are all off the mark already in competitive games, so long may it continue. But yeah, really impressive debut from Brandon. Get following him, it's at @B_Hanlan. Might go on there, let's not give him too much stick for missing a load of chances because he was absolutely first class. But we do have a game tomorrow night, Tuesday evening. It is the Carabao Cup, which we're all very excited about, I'm sure.
Stocky's moaned at me for years. I'm very much league over cup myself.
Definitely, but it is against our dear friends from South London, and that is this lot coming up on your screen right now. It's a tricky one to call this because I think we're going to rest some purely on the fact that we've only made 1 change in each league game and it's been Tom Eaves.
We've only used 12 players so far.
Yeah. and there's people that, not so much that people need a rest, but more others need minutes.
We just said, didn't we, like Zakwani, I don't think he'll be involved full stop tomorrow night.
I think that's a sensible decision. He's played 2 games and he's played really well, but Carabao Cup's not going to make or break our season, is it? So the only one I wasn't sure would be Thomas Holy or Tom Hadlan on goal.
I think Holy carries on for me.
I'm just swaying towards Holy probably just staying with it, because it is a position where you do need to keep rhythm and keep consistency. So, and also you have to think how many are Millwall going to change. They could probably make 11 changes, because no disrespect to us, they've probably got a much bigger squad than us.
Yeah.
You mentioned already you can't see the likes of Steve Morrison starting, probably not even like Lee Gregory, to be fair. That's their best.
I think Tom Elliott's their backup, isn't it? And that's not a bad backup. We'd have had him.
He's all right. Taking him out. He's not quite cut it in the Championship, but in fairness to Morrison and Gregory, he's not had much of a chance. Who's the other lad? Is he still there? Aidan
O'Brien?
Is he still
I'm
there?
not entirely sure he's still there.
Because I know he was there last season, but they've opened up with 2 draws this season so far.
Gave it away at Middlesbrough, didn't they? They were 2-0 up, I think.
Pegged back and then drew 0-0 with
Blackburn.
Yeah, because Daki nearly scored again. Yeah. Jordan Archer, I think, got man of the match, made a really good save from a Bradley Dack free kick. So yeah, unbeaten, but haven't won a game.
But yeah, I mean, Bennett's the flip side for us, so we've got the momentum. You know, we're saying we probably make 4 or 5 changes, but another one might go, actually, if you can do it only making 1 or 2, because you want to keep that positive momentum.
Just have a look, does he mention anything in here about Millwall? The boys have worked in the 2 games now. We go to Millwall for a different challenge, but we look forward to it. Winning becomes a great habit, yes, and it gives everyone a boost. Everyone will be happy Monday, and when we go from there. Lovell must now decide whether to stick or twist for Tuesday's match at Championship side Millwall in the first round. We will have to look and see who has pulled up, he said. The pitch was quite heavy because of the rain on Friday. It has caused a few problems with muscles. You can't help the weather, but we managed it well. We will see what the best way is to go. Dean Parrott has overstretched his hamstring, and I think it was caught before it went, so hopefully it won't be too long. It was disappointing because he'd such a good start. Although Dean got injured, I have Callum Riley coming back from injury. I have Connor Wilkinson, Elliot List and Alex Lacey, who was on the bench. I also have Barry Fuller and Nav Nasseri. They will have a part to play. But does he mean in the season, or does he mean directly tomorrow night? So we've sort of made a side that wasn't too dissimilar.
We were pretty much...
I think defence and goalkeeper was the same, wasn't it? So we've said if we were Steve Lovell, we'd go stick with Thomas Holy in goal, stick with the same system, because it's worked. So we're going Barry Fuller, Alex Lacey, Max Amar, Bradley Garmston, Mark Byrne, Regan Charles Cook. I had Nasseri started, you had Stevenson.
I went Bradley Stevenson, yeah.
And did we both keep Parker in as the point of the diamond?
Yeah.
Because I thought he was really good there Saturday when he moved into that position. And then originally I had List up front with Connor Wilkinson, but I think I'm going to stick Brandon Hanlan in there. So I'm going Hanlan and Wilkinson up front.
I think it's Hanlan and Eves.
I thought you said Nash.
I did, and I forgot about Eves.
But do we keep Eves for Walsall? Because it's another one who's only just come back from an injury. It's tricky, isn't it? But again, it's really good options to have.
This time last season, we were like, ugh.
Well, it was Eves and Parker, wasn't it, up front? And if they didn't score, we weren't scoring. So, on my bench, I went Hadler, Finn O'Mara, because he can play centre half and right back. I'm giving Luke O'Neill the night off, and you're giving Gabriel Zakwani the night off. Callum Riley, if he's fit for the bench. I'd give Billy Bingham the night off as well. That was the other one I couldn't think who I'd missed out, because he's been really good in the first 2. Do we really need to risk him in a game that we're not going to win this competition, are we? I mean, it'd be nice if we can go and get a result and get a Premier League side or a good Championship side in the next round, but like we've already said, this doesn't determine our campaign. And then, well, I had Stevenson, you had Nasseri, so it could be one or the other. And then I had Eves on the bench with List and Nash, and you went slightly different. But so we've effectively picked the same 18.
We're like,
but just we can't decide who's going where. So, but yeah, I think they'll probably make more wholesale changes than we will. Should be a good game. We always like winning at Mill.
As well, and say they're drawn to. So that's a chance for him to get some fresh blood in and go right.
With Saturday in mind, because he might need someone to get him over the line in terms of winning a football match in the league. So it'll be a tough game regardless of who they put out. They've got good players. They've got one of our ex-boys, Marlon Romeo, who's done really well since he went there. Prediction?
I said 2-1 Gills. And I've got scorers of Eves and Hanlan.
Because we've just checked the rules, haven't we? So it goes straight to penalties now until the final.
Yeah.
So when we get to the final at Wembley, obviously we'll have to play an extra 30 minutes, but until then it's easy. So I'm going to say 1-1, Brandon Hanlan with the goal, because I can't say Dean Parrott, and Gills to pinch it on pens. Should we go? I'd love to go.
If I didn't have work, I would.
No, we should have sorted this out a bit earlier, because it's pay on the gate as well, and it's quite easy to get to. That's a shame. And in Walsall we were going to do, and I'll double book myself, which is a pain. You're back at work, inconvenient. Yeah, but it's been all positive again. Really good start to the season. Last one is we've got over 100,000 views now on the YouTube channel, which is a little bit weird still. We still struggle to get our head around it, don't we? That people like to watch us. I don't
see why people. And a lot of the time we're sat here moaning.
People just like to watch us waffling on, which is a little bit odd. But thank you very much. 833 subscribers now. That's gone through the roof in the last couple of weeks, which is great. The Facebook page keeps going from strength to strength, so please keep sharing. Be back Thursday for weekly roundup, look back at Millwall and previewing Walsall away. We've started all right, to be fair.
Yeah.
But until next time.
Just one last shout out for Stocky.
We'll do that again.
His bike ride starts on Wednesday. He's doing 200 miles. It's over 200 miles, I think. He's going between all the Kent clubs.
10 Kent grounds he's doing, isn't he? Yeah.
Starting at Maidstone, I believe, and finishing at Sheppey United on Friday.
So if you are about Friday, 5 o'clock,
Sheppey
United are opening the bar and doing a buffet, are they? Or is it just the bar?
I think it's a buffet.
So if you can get along, even if it's just for half hour, Stocky will really appreciate it. Like we've already said, we did it Saturday. We're making no shame of this. We are spamming everything. I'm going to put it on the Facebook page later. It's for a really good cause, and obviously it's really close to Stocky's heart.
He's over his target, and anything else now is a bonus.
Anything's a bonus. Like we said on Matchday Live, £1, 50p, £5, whatever you can do would be excellent. Stocky will really appreciate it, and get looking at the auction prices.
Quite a few on Twitter have as well.
So yeah, fair play to everyone who has. Thank you very much. I think even like the likes of Glenn Johnson's.
Glenn Johnson done it.
Doug D, Jay Wilson made a decent contribution. I will do mine tonight, Stocky, I promise. But yeah, really good calls. He ain't going to be able to walk at the weekend, which would be quite funny. And until next time, up the Gills.